Welcome back. Let's catch you up on a few stories that should be on your radar today. It is time for Rapid Fire. Here to take on the headlines are Courtney Reagan, Robert Frank, and Seema Modi. Welcome, everybody. First up, let's talk some SmileDirectClub. Not a great debut today. Shares open below their IPO price. Even lower now, they're down nearly 18%. This is on pace, guys, to be the worst unicorn debut of the year. Even worse than Uber, because that was down 7.5%. And by unicorn, we just mean of $1 billion in size or larger. Not great. Not great. And it's also interesting how many other competitors are out there. I mean, there are 2 or 3 other companies that have been raising a lot of private equity that are now coming in. The CEO of one of them told the Wall Street Journal, everyone has teeth, so this is a huge market. Well, it's like, yeah, everyone else has noses, too, but we're not going to have nose-straightening technology over the Internet. That is a great anecdote because I hate hearing the total addressable market argument. The total addressable market is everyone with a pair of teeth. Okay, well, how many other competitors are there? Is somebody going to invent a better mousetrap? Candid is one of these companies that I see advertising all the time. Exactly. And Leslie's interview with the 2 founders was terrific today, where she was raising some of the medical concerns from doctors and orthodontists about, gum disease and all these other issues, which are a little bit scary. They really are. And if you look at Align Technologies, that stock is now down over 50%. It's obviously the maker of Invisalign. Its patents expired 2 years ago in 2017. So that really opened the floodgate to all these new competitors like SmileDirectClub that are now trying to take advantage of the direct-to-consumer trend. And they were forced to sell their stake in SmileDirectClub, I think at like a loss or something at the time. So that has not worked out well for them. I actually checked to see if Align was up today on that. Now it's down like 2%. But it's also down, so maybe that speaks to the market dynamics. I don't know. Next up, Walmart is expanding its unlimited grocery delivery service to 1,400 stores this fall. Now, it comes at a cost. It's $98 a year or $12.95 a month. But shoppers then subscribe to receive unlimited grocery deliveries to their homes. Walmart shares up about 25% this year. That's ahead of Amazon, still behind Target, which is at all-time highs.
Yeah, I mean, this is very interesting, and it sounds attractive to a lot of people. Oh, my gosh, online grocery delivery. I don't have to go to the grocery store. The thing is, online grocery delivery, the market share is very small in the United States, something like under 5% by most estimates. It's a little bit further in Europe. Part of that has to do with the company's side because it's hard to do it and make it profitable with refrigerated trucks and figure out how to make it work. So we don't know the economics of exactly. We're not very densely populated in a lot of these cases. So we don't know the exact economics of this for Walmart, but we know that grocery is a very big driver for their business, for repeat shoppers, both in-store and online. And so far, they have largely just been doing the order online pickup, and that is free, and you can still do that. This one is for a fee. We'll see if it really catches on. This isn't the one, by the way, where they put it inside your fridge. That's still in the pilot stage in the fall.
Whatever happened
This is the one where you actually have to be there, presumably to put the groceries in the fridge yourself, or they could, I assume, leave them outside. But again, that's another issue. Eventually, it'll get to where they cook it for you, they feed you while you're sitting there.
That sounds good to me.
And by the way, everyone eats, so this is going to be a
total addressable market.
Total addressable market. No, but my producer Ariel and I were talking about why in the future couldn't you say to Alexa, hey Alexa, what should I make for dinner tonight? Hey Kelly, here's 3 or 4 options. Great, I like that one. Great, I'll order your groceries for you. They'll be here in. And I mean, you can see something kind of synergistic like that happening. But to me, the cost is still pretty high. I mean, I would do grocery delivery, except that I look at the cost and I'm just not sure if it's worth paying $100 a year or that amount a month for.
Well, what is it, $12.99 a month?
Yeah.
So normally it's $9.99 per delivery, which is about right. I mean, I would pay $10 for somebody to bring multiple bags of, well, it depends. If you're buying like milk and eggs, it's a $30 minimum, I think, for the order. If you're shopping 2 or 3 times a month in a big way, that's a good savings of time. Now, it doesn't allow you to pick your own tomatoes and avocados, which I like to do. But it's a good, I wonder whether they can actually make money at it. It's
That's
so
the
cheap,
thing.
Especially if you shop a lot, 5 or 6 times a month.
But it's one thing if it's Whole Foods' core customer who I would say, okay, I get that they'll pay a little premium for this service. But Walmart's core customer, I think the jury's still out.
That's a great point. And I think at the end of the day, we also have to try to figure out what it means for the shareholder as well, because Amazon in its latest earnings report said profits came in below expectations because of one-stop shopping and this heightened focus on delivery. So Walmart rolling out this new program sounds great, but ultimately, what does it mean for shareholders and their bottom line?
Right, and what does that mean for the price over time? All right, moving on. Court also got to sit down with Under Armour Chairman and CEO Kevin Plank earlier today. He commented on this new California bill that would allow college athletes to profit from endorsements. Take a listen.
There's athletes that are driving, incredible value for those institutions, and frankly, they should be fairly compensated. And I'm not sure that's exactly the case today. So we look forward and support, and that drives again to we back the athlete, and we want them to make sure that there's an even keel that takes place there.
We back the athlete, he says. Could they sponsor individual athletes?
I thought that was actually very telling, the way that he answered that question. Right now, Under Armour does sponsor UCLA and Berkeley in California, and that's sort of how I asked the question. Would you look at moving away from an entire athletic program in favor of maybe a superstar athlete? And in the beginning, he sort of kind of danced around, and then he finally said, look, we back the athlete. I'm not sure that it's an even playing field. They bring a lot of value to the university. I think this argument is far from over. Now, this California law, if it goes into effect, is until 2023. And then there's some folks that say if you're an NCAA player and you accept outside compensation, guess what? You're not eligible to play. So there's a lot of things to be figured out.
This is a huge shot across the bow, yeah.
I thought that was a big answer.
It's interesting. But of course, the head of Under Armour is going to say, yes, let us pay the athletes because A, it's cheaper, gives them the right exposure, and they're dying to do this.
But is it
they do for the pros?
But then it creates this horse race where at what age are you going in and getting picking these kids?
I guess the rules were so tight that if you're a swimmer, you can't teach other swimmers as a tutor. If you are a volleyball player, you can't run a volleyball camp in the summer. So these were so restrictive that it was preventing people from earning a living in a way that most other college kids do. But I do think it's another case where California, because of its size and its power, just like they have with the auto emission standards, can change the game. And I think other schools, the NCAA is going to have a hard time fighting this because of their antitrust problem.
They must be freaking out in Indianapolis. By the way, the professional athletes are pretty excited about this. LeBron had weighed in. Draymond Green said, extremely excited about the bill. Here's LeBron's tweet. California can change the game. This is only right. Way overdue, more than an athlete. Then Draymond Green said, extremely excited about the bill. We're making progress in getting this thing right. Kids are going to sleep hungry. They can't afford anything, yet these universities are profiting off these kids.
Yeah, it brings up an interesting point. I mean, a lot of athletes have been arguing that they actually reach their peak in college. So why should they wait for sponsorship till they reach that pro level when it's in college where they're really at their best?
And by the way, if you're a writer and you publish a novel in college and it does great, you can make a ton of, not that that ever happens, but nothing prevents you from doing that.
It shouldn't stop you.
Right, and they are uniquely disadvantaged in that sense. Yeah. I totally hear you. By the way, speaking of Draymond Green, he's coming on Power Lunch at the top of the hour. Why? He's an investor in SmileDirectClub. So we'll talk to him about this legislation.
Awesome.
We'll talk to him about SmileDirectClub.
That's why he has that great smile. That's why.
That is why. Before we go, Ohio State University, notice what we left out there, is reviewing its options after its trademark request for the word "the" was rejected by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Their decision reads in part that registration is refused because the applied for mark as used on the specimen of record is merely a decorative or ornamental feature of the applicant's clothing and thus does not function as a trademark to indicate the source and identify and distinguish their clothing from others.
So obviously you all probably know I'm a very big Ohio State University fan. And I'm going to say the Ohio State University. I'm going to say it over and over again. Trademark
by any chance?
Or not. There probably are many photos of me acting like a complete maniac. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was at a great bowl game when we beat Alabama and we were 4th ranked and they were number 1.
Can I tell you how annoying it is when the NFL players introduce themselves and they go, name and such university, and then the guys go, blah, name and the Ohio State University.
You say it's annoying, I say it makes us very proud. But what's funny is actually my worlds collided because another reason why they didn't get this trademark is because Marc Jacobs, the fashion designer, actually also applied to trademark the word "the" in early May, and Ohio State didn't do it until August 8th to put on some of their fashion items.
But to be clear, did they want to put just the word THE, or they wanted it to be they wanted to just
they're going to do
THE?
hats, because I guess they just said sort of a shorthand to the fact that it was such an emphasis that it was going to put hats, shirts, and
but what was Marc
expecting
Jacobs
that everyone would know, oh, you mean the Ohio State University, of course.
Yeah.
I like the Sports Illustrated take on this. They said between this and LeBron James trying to trademark Taco Tuesday, it feels like the entire state of Ohio and all its natives need to relax just for a second.
We got to figure out what can I trademark. I need a couple things.
You should be the Courtney Reagan.
Courtney Reagan.
I guess now that's been dealt a setback. We had some video of LeBron's Taco Tuesdays. It's really neither here nor there, but he was only doing it so he wouldn't get in trouble, I guess, for trying
for putting out the videos, which are getting very popular. Yeah, exactly.
I've learned a lot today. Thank you all for joining me for the rapid fire. Courtney Reagan, Robert Frank, and Seema Modi.